Tuesday for 2020, and it is time for Team Tuesday. Some of y'all don't know what that means. That's a good thing. I'm your hostess, Lanicia Mayberry. The mission statement is to bring strength, independence, and empowerment to individuals and their families by building confidence and financial freedom through affordable fashion. While $5 jewelry may not change the world, we believe those who wear it will. Our team scripture is Proverbs 10:4. The hands of the diligent shall prosper. Our team mantra is saving souls from poverty and building generational wealth, $5 at a time. And our team motto is habits reflect the mission. Good evening, team hustling honeys and homies. So great to see you all here this evening. I'm so excited. We have a very special treat this evening. 8 elites, 9, including myself, participated in week 1 of the Paparazzi Accessories Leadership Summit. Okay, 2 of our elites are super elites, so they are attending their leadership week this week. But tonight, we are going to speak with those 8 elites. 4 went to the Dominican Republic, and 4 of us stayed home and attended virtually. But we all received gifts, we all received nuggets, and we are here tonight to share that information with you. So without further ado, first we're going to speak to the individuals who attended virtually. So I'm going to unmute all of those individuals first. Tamika could not make it tonight. You all keep her lifted up in your prayers. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. So we have Yolanda, Trina, and Missy. So I'm gonna unmute you all. Y'all look so great. There's Trina, there's Yolanda, and where's Missy? I just saw her. There she is with Avery. Hey, y'all. Hey, good evening.
Hey.
Y'all look so wonderful in your shirts. Did I unmute everybody?
Okay, there we go.
And Yolanda. Okay, y'all right there in the row. Okay, so first question I have for you tonight, and really the only question, you guys can elaborate. We have 15 minutes to talk about this, and then we're going to move to the next group, okay? So the main thing that I want to ask, because for those of you who don't know, let me just say this real quick. Those of us who did not attend Summit, we were allotted a 1-hour video as our virtual Elite Summit. And so for those of you who watched it, those of us who watched the video, what takeaways did you gain from our virtual experience? Anyone can go first. Whoever wants to go, I just ask that you don't talk over each other. Okay, Missy, go ahead.
Because I don't know how long she's going to last. So my biggest takeaway actually, why'd I do that? Came from Trent. And he talked about keeping it simple. Yeah. We often, because he was speaking to all of us who are elite, he was like, you know what to do. You know what it took to get to that point. You know that all you have to do is show your jewelry, sell it, and share the opportunity. It's very, very simple. And we tend to make it more complicated. And he has noticed, and I noticed it even in my business, that, we're running like crazy. We're working hard. We're doing those things consistently, the same things over and over, day by day. And then we reach that elite rank and we go, woo, yes. Okay, now I think I'm supposed to be doing something different. Mm-hmm. And we lose our mojo. Mm-hmm. And we get lost in the, oh my gosh, the super elites and who's doing what this way and who's doing what that way. And you find yourself stagnant in your business because you stopped doing the simple things, the real basic. Go live, post pictures, talk to people, smile, wear the jewelry, like the basic stuff. And it really just kind of shook me and was like, Melissa, what are you doing? You know what to do. Just get back to doing that on a consistent basis. Now there's a little one in tow, but that's okay, because she's gonna learn to buy the jewelry, sell the jewelry, share the opportunity too. So that was the thing that hit me the most. It's not a complicated business. It's very simple. And if you keep it that way, when people join you, they will see, oh, it's simple. I do this, 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 and this. Wash, rinse, repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. And so that was one of the things that stuck out the most with this. And he was like, you're built for this. You know how to do it. Yep. Just do it.
Yes. Yes. Trent is always great. When I saw him up first, I was like, oh, it's on Trent's first. Yes. Thank you, Missy, for sharing those nuggets with us. And I hope everyone has their pen and paper and you're taking notes to write down. Of course, you'll be able to review this video later, but it's also good to write things down. You tend to remember it better that way. So who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
All right, Trina.
Hi, everybody. I'm gonna piggyback off of Missy. Trent, he stood out. Trent is like Bishop Trent. He's a preacher to me. He stood out the most to me because basically what she was saying, but one thing he really said was stop overthinking things. I have a tendency of doing that a lot. I overthink, like everything has to be mapped out before I just go for it, whatever it is, a team training, whatever it is. It's like I overthink it instead of just jumping right in and doing it. And then I love the way that, because this is the way I teach as well. They always use analogies and stories. And I loved how he spoke about, I'm not going to quote him verbatim, but about how he committed to exercising every day, doing some type of exercise every day. There'll be some times where he will run a mile, but then there's some times where he just doesn't. And he said, but he at least, even if he has to at least do a push-up for that one day. So basically it was letting me know, stay committed to my commitment. My commitment is being a leader. My commitment is my customers. My commitment, now that I'm full-time in paparazzi, I don't have a 9-to-5 anymore. I have to, yes, honey, praise the Lord. I have to stay committed to my commitment, and that's how I have to do, by showing up every day. Our leaders, our uplines always say it. Everybody always says committed, stay committed, stay consistent. You hear it all the time, but are you really doing it? And so that's what this is. It stepped on my toes when he spoke about that exercising every single day. You have to do something towards your business. Even if you don't feel good, we have the luxury of this type of business where we can work this business in our sick bed. We can work it while we're laying down and don't feel good and don't have to get up. We have that luxury in this type of business. So therefore, it's like, show up no matter what. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's a post. I don't care if it's an old picture that you had a Z on from a month ago. It doesn't even matter. Like, show up every day. Do your push-up every single day towards your business. And like I said, especially when you get a larger team, you want to show up with your team and with your customers every single day. You have to do something. So that's sort of like stepped on my toes, because I know there's some days where I'm just like, keeping it real. I keep it real transparent with my team. Like, some days you just like blah, and you just don't feel like doing something. You just don't feel like it. But it doesn't matter. You have to look beyond that and show up and stay consistent. So stop overthinking things and show up every single day.
Absolutely. Uh-oh, Trina, I think you muted yourself. There you go.
Sorry. That's what stood out to me the most. Somebody's getting a call. I said, don't call me. And they go call me anyway. Anyway.
That goes, girl. Thank you, Trina. Yes. So hopefully next year we will actually be able to go. All of us will be able to go. I know we all had our individual reasons for going and not going. So I know, Trina, this was your very first Elite Summit. So I hope you get the full experience.
I would love it, yeah.
Next year.
Yeah.
All right, Yolanda, last but not least.
Hey, y'all. Hey. So I have things that overlap with Trina and Melissa as well, but I'll kind of piggyback off of that and just jump to Channing, because she said some things that were really good. I mean, all of them did, but that resonated with me as well, because she always talks about the basics, right? She's always talking about, stay with the basics, go with the basics. And even for ourselves in our business, I feel like, or I should speak for myself, I'm always looking for a twist. I'm always looking for something different, and nothing's wrong with that. But then we forget about the basics and bringing those things in, and we start to overthink it. Like she used a really good example with her daughters who both were, one of them really good baker and the other one doing hair. And she was encouraging them, you know, hey, you should do some of that. You should, you know, kind of start that off, really entrepreneurship, right? At a young age. And she said the one that did hair set up her Instagram page. She kind of started posting pictures, you know, different things. The one that baked wanted the tripod, wanted all these extra things to get before she even started. And actually her daughter that was doing the hair and liked to do hair, like she was already, her cousin or somebody reached out, was wanting them to do their friend's hair. And how many times are we like that in our business? Mm-hmm. We want the jewelry bus, the leather jewelry bus, must I add, or we want the ring light, you know, just all the different things. Like before I get started, before I go live, I want all these things. I want to, and then before I post some pictures, I want a light box. But so many times, just get started. And as always, the basics are what's going to take us. That's what's going to keep us going. Even when and I'm a big overthinker too. So I felt all that. Like, I mean, like, I need that shirt that says, you know, hold on, let me overthink this. Because I am one of the biggest overthinkers. Just do it. The simple things, going back to what everybody else said, the posting, showing up, which was one of the big things even, and I'll come back to that. But going live, just do it. And you perfect it along the way. You know, I think about how much money we miss in the middle of, well, I want all this before we get started. So the basics, and even for me, I share with my leadership team and be transparent. I'm like, sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't want to do a training on that again. Well, but we need it. And then we have new team members, or I don't want to go do that again. I did that already. But the basics are the things that, number one, we know they work. And that's one of the things she says, we know it works. So why not do it? You know, and just to really stop overthinking it. And then one of the other things, just really quick, that Trent said that really caught me, and it was a message that I had shared with my team, I think last week as well, was showing up. Mm-hmm. Like, that's half the battle, is showing up. And so he even said, at the end of the day, all messages lead to, you have to, number one, show up, and number two, execute. So are we even showing up? So those were some of my biggest takeaways. Of course, I got like a lot of notes, but those were some of the biggest things. But all of the messages just intertwined. And, you know, it was some of the same things that let you know, hey, if you're going to be here, like in my day job, we say be here now. But show up, be there. And even the basics the basics is what got us to Elite, right? That's the right. Basics, it may have been at different times, but it got us here. So why are we leaving the basics? Why are we not partying? You know, all those things. So those were some of my biggest takeaways.
All right. Awesome. Yes. I was so glad somebody brought up Shani, because she slapped me when she talked about her kids too. Cause I'm that one that's like, she said she needed a planner. She needed a space to take her pictures. That was me. She needed a tripod. And then when her sister, this is how we do. When her sister started her Instagram page and people started hitting her up for the Sadie Hawkins Day dance to get their hair done, then the older sister was like, oh, well, I guess I'm ready to go now, because she done took off with hers. Like, I'm waiting. She was like, I don't think I need that tripod anymore. I'm good. Let's go. And that's how some of us do, right? We're like, no, I need this in place. I need everything perfect. And then I'll do it. And then we see somebody else doing it with the basics. And we're like, oh, I'm wasting time and money. So yes, I'm so glad that that all of them spoke, and all of them gave great examples. And yes, all of their messages did intertwine together. It was very good. It was a resounding message of get back to the basics. Get back to the basics. That was the overall theme of the video. So
that was good.
Thank you all so much for sharing your experience with the virtual video. I hope that the team was able to get some notes from that. Now we are going to transition to our members that went and got sun-kissed in the DR,
Right.
3 of which it was their very first, no, not 3. Danielle's been before, right? Danielle, you've been. So 2, am I right? Yes, no. 2. Let me get my mind right. I know it's Brittany's first time, it was Millie's first time, and Danielle and Cherie have been to Summit before. Okay, so we are going to hear from them now. I'm going to unmute all of you because I can see you all. 1, 2, 3, 4. Welcome, ladies, Brittany, Danielle, Millie, and Cherie. So I want to hear from the first timers first. I want to hear, tell us about your experience as your first time Elite Summit attendee. Anybody can go first.
Okay, I'll go first.
Go ahead, Britt.
Hey, you guys. Okay, so my first summit, I went with very high expectations. I understood, I've been to this resort before to Passport, but I came with a different mindset. I said, I know I'm going to be on a beautiful resort and everything, but literally I came with like a hustle mentality, I guess you can say, because I told my team, I said, I'm going with you guys in mind. You know, I think right now it's crunch time for a lot of us. And, you know, we have 2 months or so left of the fiscal year. So I'm like, I'm coming to get all the nuggets that I can get, like literally scoop them up so I can take them back home and pour into my team. So that was just my mentality going in. The trip was absolutely amazing. Literally, I was like, you know, God forbid, you know, anything happen, because I will go to every single Elite Summit. You know, I don't plan on missing any, but yeah, it was a great experience. And I also went with the goal to meet new people. I wanted to meet and network and just talk to, because there's just a plethora. And that's something I talked to Misty about. It's just a plethora of information out there. And if you just get one nugget, try to get one nugget from everyone, you'll have a whole lot of information. And so that was a goal of mine too, which I was able to do, is just meet new people and just walk away with some great information.
Cool, Brittany. I'm so glad you got to go and enjoy yourself out there. And I want a little bit more details, because I purposely unfollowed all of y'all. I didn't want to see it. I want to hear about it. I didn't want to see it. So I want to hear details on the agenda and all the things. But we're going to go ahead and hear from Millie first about her first time. Her first time at Elite Summit.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. My God. So you guys know I've been trying for years to hit Elite, and it's been my goal to get to Elite Summit. And when I hit Elite, I was thinking about Elite Summit, and I was thinking about what was going on in the world, and I was thinking about my safety. And, you know, when they announced that they were doing Elite Summit, I told myself, yeah, I gotta go. And I didn't think, I just booked. I went ahead and RSVP'd, and I just started, you know, booking my flight, and that was that. The great thing about it is that I came with a mission. I came with my accountability partner, and I told her, I said, let's meet 20 people who we do not know. Of course, I know a bunch of people in paparazzi. I've been doing this for 5 years, so I have a lot of friends, and I know a lot of people, but I wanted to meet people who I would never have an opportunity to talk to every day. One thing that I've been telling people, you know, we overdose on training. We overdose on motivation. Will I tell you that it was a bunch of training nonstop? No, it wasn't a bunch of training, because we do know what we need to do, as everyone else in this group. You know, our leaders do an amazing job with doing Meaningful Monday, Team Tuesday, all sorts of training. So that we have all sorts of resources and tools that we can use at our fingertips. So we really have all of the training. The founders aren't in the trenches doing what we're doing. Our uplines, Lanicia, Ironica, they're all in the trenches doing it with us and have done it. So we have the training. We don't necessarily need training on how to work our business because we know that. What we needed was to be in a space where everyone around us shared the same mindset. That is the difference when you're at a Passport and a convention and an EMP. At an EMP, some of everybody's there. People who don't know what it is. Maybe they're a customer. Maybe they're just, there for the socialization. But at Elite Summit, I felt like I was amongst a group of great minds. And it was my task to network. And networking to me isn't, hey, I met this person, let's take a picture. That's not networking. Networking is when you sit down and you exchange ideas. And one of the things that I did when I sat down with leaders, I asked them, what is your favorite challenge to do with your team? What do you get the most OV from? What, excites them? What are your favorite, things to do? And we were able to compare and contrast. And I was able to, exchange. And as many elites, new elites that I met, I learned from all of them. It wasn't just a, glitz and glamour, let's take a picture. And when I was at the trainings that we had, each of our trainings were about 2 hours a day. And I'll share this short story. I don't want to go too long, but one of the things that we did, we had an impossible task to do. We had to make a house out of unconventional objects, spaghetti, tape, marshmallows, of string. We had to make a house, and it had to be a freestanding house. And you have all these leaders. And I was in the group with Brittany Frank. We all know Brittany Frank. And I was out of my element. Here you got 10 leaders who are bosses and have massive teams and are in the top 0.1%. And I'm like, I got to fall back because you want me to make a house out of spaghetti noodles, marshmallow, string. I don't know what to do. And I fell back. And it was that kinetic leadership that I learned at the very first convention, that sometimes you need to sit back and, learn from the next person. You're always at a place where you learn. We did make our house out of spaghetti and marshmallows, and it was freestanding. And I was like, wow. But I had to listen. I couldn't be Millie who's calling the shots. I had to listen to the shots and take note and understand. And I think that it was an amazing challenge. One of the things that I wrote down that stuck with me, and it was the first thing I put in my notes, it said follow directions. From the icebreaker to everything that we did at not convention, everything that we did at leadership was about following directions. And if you can follow directions, you will succeed, and, so many takeaways. I know my team, I don't want to spoil it because my team, we're going to do a big training tomorrow, but so many things. I have so many notes. I learned from so many people. I'll say that one thing that, I think it was either Trent or Missy, they said, you have to learn how to deliver under pressure. And if you buckle under pressure, you will never reach your full potential. And it is the truth, so the pressure is on, but we're built for it. We got everything we need and more. So that's that.
All right. Thank you, Millie. And what you said goes right back to being coachable. If you can't follow directions, you're not coachable. So yes, that's very very good point there. Danielle, Sharice, what do y'all want to go next?
Okay, no, I'll go. Hey, okay. Everybody, how are you? I hope you guys are doing well this evening. So I just have to say, Elite Summit was everything. It really was. It was something that was necessary and needed. The personal interaction of being in the room with other humans when it's been so long since we've been, exclusive and isolated. It was just a surge of energy like no other. It really gave me, and speaking to other consultants, like the mental reset that we needed to look at our business in a different manner and say, hey, we got this. Let's keep going and moving forward, right? The 3 days that we had of training, it was definitely a little different twist from what we've had the prior Elite Summer that I went to. But what I could really appreciate this time with the training is that it really helped us focus on teamwork, on how you really need to work collectively as a team to get to those different milestones that you want in your business. And knowing that, as Millie said, in your team, there's different personalities, there's different strengths, there's different weaknesses, there's different people that are bold, there are different people that are more shy. But with all of that diversity in your dynamics of your team, everybody still has a part to play, right? In the whole rise up of the team. And then when when we were in some of the group settings and the group challenges or whatever, it would test your mental, like, oh my God, this person is just taking charge and lead. Do I, like, should I say something? Should I sit back? And then it just really makes you, like I said, just look at it in a whole different perspective of those dynamics and know that just take your position. What you have to add, it's going to be validated. What they need to add is going to be validated. And at the end of going through it all, you're going to get to where you need to be, right? And you're going to get to learn from that. So that was really, really good. Those challenges that helped us work together as a team with people that we did not know, or, may not have ever met before. But as far as two things that stood out to me was when Summer spoke on habits, of really looking at what are your habits are for yourself and for your business, and developing and continually developing good habits that are going to serve you forward. And it just made me think at some of my habits, like what are my consistent habits that's moving me forward, and what habits do I have that are not serving me, right? So I had to take a self-inventory, because there's a lot of habits that we have that we think are for, is helping us get further, helping us move forward. But in actuality, a lot of time it's wasting time that we get up and do something routinely and it's not changing anything. So when she spoke about that and how you can start with like a 30-day plan to adopt a new habit and be consistent at doing it little by little, and look at the difference within those 30 days of your consistency, what did it make? It really made me go back and revisit some things and look at some stuff that I need to adopt. And another thing that stood out for me when they were kind of touched on systems, like what is the systems that you have for your team? What systems are working? Like, what do you have mapped out from when you're going to be bringing in your new consultants, or what do you have mapped out your systems and how you're going to work with your team on a continual basis, whether it's training, whether it's motivation, however it is, what does the system look like? Because it may just be that you may need to tweak your system to get more production out of what you're trying to do. And so those things like really hit me, because I've always in the back of my mind said, you know what, I need to develop a more fluid system for myself and for my team, from the onstart of a consultant coming in the business to that first 90 days of really giving them the foundation and getting it going, that it gave me some homework to come back and like sit down and look at that and see how I can implement even better systems than what I have now with my team. So it was just a great experience. I was talking to, I don't know if I was talking to Britt, but I was saying, I really think for those that are in this business of paparazzi and really taking your business serious, that it should definitely be a goal to reach the elite status rank, if that's something that you desire, just to be able to experience that and be in the minds of other elites and have those conversations outside of, the perks of what the company affords to the elite leaders. That is something that I think everybody needs to experience. You definitely need to experience that at some point in your career here at Paparazzi, because it really makes you look back and see everything that I go through, the frustrations, the joys, the triumphs, the disappointments, it was all worth it, So that's my take on it. I'm still on a high from the summit, and I'm just ready to go.
So two things.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You were finishing.
No, that was it. I was just saying I'm on this high and I'm just ready to go get this work done.
Yes. Two things that Danielle said that stood out to me. One, she did bring up Summer and the habits. Summer brought up in the virtual video a book called Atomic Habits. I've already saved it. We're going to do it for Self-Improvement Saturday. If you want to get that on, go ahead and order the book if you're ready for that. We'll do that book together. But another thing that kind of triggered a little bit. Now, y'all know they was there a whole week, right? She said they had 3 days of training. So right after Cherie get through talking, I want to know what y'all did them other 4 days. 3 days of training, you on the beach for a whole week. What was you doing? What was you doing? Go ahead, Mrs. Ravendale.
We vacationed.
Right. They good too. So.
I want to first say that we did not have Shani. She was not in the car with us. And so we didn't get nothing y'all got from her. So
right.
Hashtag jealous. My
You jealous of us? Oh, okay. Go ahead.
So my group experience was very interesting, and I think that this is a great little conversation. And Millie kind of hit on it a little bit, but maybe her experience was a little bit better than mine was. We were working with the little string thing and all that stuff. And so we actually had a guy on our team that was a actual contractor, like that build houses. And you know, talk. Someone said, oh, he builds houses. I'm like, give him everything and let him do the work. You know, to me, in my mind, is like, give the person that knows what they're doing the tools to present something perfect. But he...
you left us on pins and needles.
That kind of continued to, you know, attack. And you know what the person that had the tools did? He sat down. And that's exactly what I would have done as well. I'm not going to force you to take my information. I'm not going to force you. I'm not going to, what they say, you can take a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink it. At the end of the day, I'm not going to force you. And because he had all the knowledge in the world to be able to help us win, and we lost. Matter of fact, we lost every single challenge. It was so frustrating, but hallelujah anyway. But to have somebody on the team that had the tools, but not be used is a problem. And so if there's anything that we can learn, it's number one, to be coachable. Oftentimes we already know. Oftentimes we have these bright ideas, and unfortunately, the person that has the tools, we're not listening to, so we find ourselves going in circles. We find ourselves not moving. We find ourselves at a standstill simply because we're not allowing the people and the persons that have the tools to be able to help us to get to where we want to go. And there was nothing more that I could have ever learned sitting at that table, watching the person with the tools sit down and watch everybody else stumble. And one may say, oh, well, he should have talked up more. He should have. At the end of the day, if you're going to shun me away, if you're going to push me, I'm going to sit down. Now, I'm going to offer my help to you, but I'm not going to push. And it's always the people that have all the mouth that are the ones that can keep us from literally moving to the next place. What level do you want to go to? And it's very important that you choose who you listen to and be able to listen and accept what they have to say, even if it's not something that we like. And that's the problem. We don't want to listen. I'm very thankful to him for that. I wish that he kind of would have been like, no, you sit down, let me do it, because I know what I'm doing. But you know, I'm not going to fight, and I'm not going to fight you either, you know, at the end of the day. And that's actually something, you know, especially I've seen from time and time again, where so many people basically, I know. I have a plan. They talk about I have a plan. I know. But I can help you. And there's and just because, and hear me clearly, before anybody became an elite, we walked as an elite. So just because a person is not an elite yet does not mean that they don't have what you need to help you get to the next place. And it's time out really for us categorizing certain people for certain things. Right. If you have something I need, I'm going to get what you need. I'm going to glean from you because I know it's something that I can get from you, because my ultimate goal is to get to the next place.
Right. Yes.
Misty told a story. I'm talking really, really fast, but she told a story about having some people over her house, and they trying to watch TV.
Oh,
and she
yeah.
had the remote in her hand and she couldn't turn on the TV. She said, I couldn't turn on the TV because I don't watch TV. Oftentimes we say, I don't have the time to work my business. God gave us 24 hours in a day. This is what I say all the time. He's given us 24 hours in a day. And if we really evaluate our time, we have plenty of it. It's what we're doing with it and how we're wasting it, which is what is causing us to not be able to not have the time that we claim we don't have. I had to check myself a few years ago when I told myself I didn't have time, but then here I was sitting here watching General Hospital. I needed to find out what was going on with Sonny and Carly, and I wanted to know. But at the end of the day, I can't say I don't have time because I'm wasting it watching General Hospital. So then I learned to watch General Hospital and work my business at the same time. But the thing about it is, how are you using your time towards your business? And what are you doing to make your business work for you? There's plenty of time. The question is, how are you using it, not wasting it? And she said, one of our biggest issues is we're always telling ourselves we aren't good enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to leave y'all with this, like I'm a pastor, and I'm not even going to ask y'all for an offering, but I'm going to leave you with this. I was sitting, this was some years ago, and I think, I was going to say, I don't know. I don't know who was in the meeting, but somebody said to me, she said, Cherie, I see people ranking and I see them moving, and I'm genuinely happy for them. I celebrate with them. I rejoice with them, but I honestly don't see it for myself. And that hurt my feelings. And I don't want to get emotional. I'm on my period, so I might be a little bit over emotional today, but it hurt my feelings because you should want it. And you should feel like you deserve it. But oftentimes we sit in a place where we don't believe that it really does belong to us. And so we hurt ourselves in the long run because we don't do extra stuff towards our business because we really don't believe it. And because we really don't believe, we tell ourselves that we are not good enough. We tell ourselves that it's never going to happen. We tell ourselves. And so one of the things that we have to learn to do is to quiet our minds and really believe that it belongs it belongs to us, and walk in it and literally say, I deserve it. It belongs to me, regardless of how long it takes. We've got plenty of people who have taken years to get to director, but regardless of how long it takes, believe that it belongs to you and walk in it. And if you believe that it belongs to you and if you walk in it, it will come to you in due season. So what do you do in the meantime? You work your business. What do you do in the meantime? You keep pushing. What do you do in the meantime? You continue to move forward and believe that everything that belongs to you is going to come to you in due season and for your glory, for God's glory, in Jesus' name. Goodbye. I'm done.
Thank you, Pastor Ravenel.
Silly.
Prophetess Ravenel. All right, so spill it. What y'all do with the rest of them days? I know y'all was on the
beach.
We vacation.
I know the alcohol was free.
Yes.
The food was free. The room service was free. Who got massages on the beach? Who got their hair braided by the Dominicans? We want to hear it all. Spill it. Tell it. Let me unmute Brittany and Millie again. Tell it. What did you do? What did you do? We want to live vicariously through you. Bring us to the DR. Go ahead. How did the air feel?
We only had till 11 o'clock a.m. Like by 12 o'clock, we were done for the day.
Yeah.
But that's consistent with all of our elite conferences. They don't keep us all day. They keep us half day and they send us on our way. But I vacationed and I was letting everybody else know what they did.
All right. And y'all went to the orphanage too. What was that like?
Oh, that was so humbling. It's like that was the first time that I ever got to experience the orphanage, because I think the last time we were on Passport, it got filled up before I could sign up. But needless to say, when I was there, my heart just like went out to these young ladies. And I was even having this conversation with my son. I said, for those young girls to be in the situation that they're in, they had the biggest joy and smile and love in their hearts. I mean, they just gravitate you and want you just to hug you and what's your name and how you're doing. And it's like, and it just made me think that how often we take so many things for granted, right? And we have all the amenities that we need to go to and from, to buy what we want to eat and have a nice spacious room in our house and have a TV. And they have none of that. They have a small space, like in a dormitory where it's 6 bedrooms on one side. They just have a curtain that pulls for privacy and a little bed and a little desk. And they had a lot of them had their stuffed animals. I went to the girls' orphanage, but they still have so much joy in their hearts. And those smiles would illuminate a room. And they're so smart and so talented that it really made me like, I will never complain and take anything for granted ever again, because I know that there's somebody else that would just die to be in my shoes. And I have the audacity to be complaining. But it was a great experience to dance with them, to laugh with them, and a lot of them are on social media too. Brittany will tell you that. So that they can connect with you and keep up with you. Like, how you doing? And that's cute. I like what you got on. So, but it was just a humbling experience. And I'm so glad that, the company is supporting, they're the sole supporter of those 2 orphanages out there, as far as giving financial helping to get the things and just the necessities of what these young girls and boys need. And they're just happy with, what they have. They just appreciate it. I was like, they need to bring some of that over some of these American children, because some of them boys, I tell you, they were. But yeah, it was a really, really great experience for me. But meantime, after we left the orphanage and back at the resort, we sunbathed, we was in the pool. And when I say we ate, like, it seems like the food this time was even better than it was the last time we went there. The Italian restaurant was just amazing. They had a dish called Grandma's Italian lasagna. Oh my God, hands down, best ever tasted. The seafood steakhouse, amazing. The French with the lamb chops. Oh, y'all, I gained like 10 pounds. I'm gonna just be real honest. real honest. But it was so worth it. It's so worth it. I wouldn't exchange it. But it was just and then we went on a boat ride too. So me, Brett, and a couple of the consultants, I think it was maybe about 15 or 20 of us, we went on this boat ride. And then they showed us like this exclusive hotel that like the celebrities, when they come, they stay out. Beyonce and Shatira and somebody else, they were like, that's where they stay up there. It was all secluded up in the hills. So it was a really, really nice. And we still got to hang out and, talk to other elites on that boat ride. So we just really, really chilled. It was like a really, really chilled out, relaxing vacay after the training. But I loved it.
Education.
Yes.
I just want to add something really quick. So I was with Danielle the whole time. So what she said, I did. So in the free time, whatever she said we did, that's what I did too. But I wanted to just talk about just going back to the training really quick. So one thing that I learned is just, we're all leaders, and when they put the different leaders in a group, you have different leading styles, and so the way, with the exception of the husbands, because we had some husbands in our groups as well, but with some of the actual like paparazzi consultants, it was really interesting to see how we came together to implement our leadership skills and thoughts and opinions, together. And, someone mentioned how we had to create a standing tower with spaghetti pasta, string, a marshmallow, and tape or something like that. But what was really interesting was we did an exercise with a pole. It was a really skinny pole. And just the object of this exercise was to get the pole on the ground. And, thinking about it, you're like, okay, we got this, it's 10 of us, or I think 9, we use 9 people out of the 10. And we just all have to, as a team, get this pole on the ground. And it was so difficult to get this pole on the ground. I mean, the art in my specific group, you know, the pole was actually raising. It wasn't going to the ground. It was going just the complete opposite of the ground. And even Trent would come over and he was like, you guys, the object is to lower it. It was like literally the pole would not go down. It just kept, and we were like, you know, so then everyone's mindset is coming into play because we're trying to win, you know, and so we're like, you guys, we have to come together. Just put your arms down. And it just wouldn't happen. And so I think what it all taught, just all of the exercises, what it just taught me was just how, you know, I think we all have come into, you know, the whole thing where we have different personalities coming onto our team, and just us as leaders, we have to learn how to deal with the different personalities, and to, you know, everybody has an opinion on how things should be done and everything. And so, you know, coming together with different mindsets, different teaching styles, different learning styles, just, you know, just coming together as a group. It really teaches you, I think someone had said, you know, it teaches you when to step back and just to watch, you know, and when to implement your training style, find out, you know, pinpoint where people's strengths are, you know, on your team. So if you know that you have to put together, I think we had to put together a toy that for the kids at the orphanage, they can put together a toy with anything, you know. So we had to get different resources to put together a toy. You know, what are your strengths? What can you do? You build houses. You are, you know, you're an artist. You know, somebody on my team was great with videos, and just, you know, just putting together little things. So I think that was really great to just kind of learn how to, you know, come together and at the best way you can, at least to work with different mindsets and different training styles, and, you know, just different people. So that was really cool. It got frustrating, I'm sure, for some of you guys who were in groups. It was like at a point you guys were like, come on, you know, but it was fun nonetheless. And it teaches you something at the end, you know, at the end of each activity. So it was, yeah.
Millie, I know you got some beach time in. Y'all, a couple years back, I went on my first passport vacation. I think it was Millie and I's first passport vacation together. And she brought, I think, 30 bathing suits. For her birthday, she changed her bathing suit every 3 hours. And so I know you showed out for Summit.
I will tell you what an elite told me. I won't tell you who, but an elite told me. She's currently at the big elite leadership. She told me 3 words: sell the lifestyle. Sell the lifestyle. When you sell the lifestyle, you plant the seed and you create a sense of, oh my God, I would love to do that. And if you're not creating, you know, that experience for people, if people aren't looking at you and saying, wow, I would love to do that, you're not somebody's goals, not in a fangirl type of deal, but if you're not sharing the amazing experience and how your lifestyle is changing, you are doing a disservice. So what I did and what my accountability partner did, every single day, I ate lunch and dinner with somebody different. I would hit up somebody, just message them and say, hey, meet me for brunch. Didn't know them. We're meeting like, hey, you know, I did that for several people. I did not eat lunch or dinner or get drinks with the same people. I didn't. And if I did, we're incorporating other people with us, because I knew the value is in what I don't know. I only know what I know, right? And I can't grow like that. So at the end of the experience, I asked my accountability partner, I said, do you feel like you use your time wisely? She said, oh, heck yeah. And, you know, we were grabbing our phones, you know, anytime we saw somebody, grabbing our phones, pulling them over. Hey, what tips would you give my team? We're taking pictures, we're taking notes. And it was a vacation, but everything was, everything had a purpose. From me showing my different outfit changes, from me wearing different bathing suits, I was selling the lifestyle, letting people know the difference of being an elite consultant, as well as being, you know, a consultant, because there is a difference. Respectfully, there is a difference. And I wasn't quiet, you know, be loud, be bold. And I intended to do that. And I was asking people like, did I post enough? Did I take enough pictures? I feel like I was turned down. And they're like, no, you was turned up. I did get a massage, and it was an experience. I will tell you, if you go to Dominican Republic, let me tell you something, everybody there is beautiful. So it's hard. It's like being in a candy store. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be honest. It's like being in a candy store. Everyone's beautiful. So just look, don't touch, you know what I mean? But I tried to use my time as wisely as I could. My team held me down because I knew I wasn't going to be able to post. I wanted to, you know, just enjoy every moment of it. And I think I did. I ate a lot. The lamb chops were amazing. I'm not afraid to say I sucked the bone to the very last bit of meat was off. And if I could, I would get some lamb chops now. I am a different person for coming back from Leadership Summit. I have committed myself to sponsor a little girl who has my heart. That's amazing to me. Her name is Anna, and I keep thinking about her. And if I could, I would have took her home. If they said, Millie, you could take her home, I would have bought a plane ticket and took her home. It is for me, it's going to be a 4 to 5 year commitment because she is 14. So she will be at that orphanage until she is 18. And the way the system works there is no foster care. And if your parent doesn't get your stuff together or get their stuff together and reclaim you, you are there. And, you know, I didn't see the joy. I saw the sadness. I did. You know, I saw the sadness, and I was like, you only get one life. Be a dope human. And so that's what it was for me. Be a dope human. If you're not contributing and trying to make somebody's life better, how well are you living your life? So that's what paparazzi is doing for me. So that's it. Man. And I drank a lot of mojitos. Thank you, paparazzi.
Yes, to sell the lifestyle, most definitely, because every trip that we take with paparazzi is a marketing tool, right? Mm-hmm. Going to the DR, going to Empower Me Pink when those started back up again, going on passport vacation. Those are all things to show the people that are following us loudly and quietly that there's so much more to us than $5 jewelry. And this company goes out of their way to spoil us. And so before I move to the next thing, because I know we've been here a while, but y'all, this is worth it, right? Everybody feel like this is worth it. I want to thank everyone who spoke tonight and gave us nuggets, gave us a little piece of your experience and your time. I appreciate you so much. I brought back here the gifts that they gave us from Elite Summit, and I know you all have seen pictures. Oh, I've seen that, but it's different when you see a video versus the picture. So if you guys have to go, it's okay. It's recorded. You can catch it on the replay. But I just wanted to open the gifts that they gave us. And I haven't ordered my designer sunglasses yet. So I'm going to share my screen and do that with whoever wants to experience that with me, because the sunglasses, they allow you to try them on virtually. So I want you all to see what that's like. That's something that they gave us. They gave us a gift card with no limit. No limit. We don't stop. Anyway, y'all too young. Y'all don't know about that. But anyway, so I'm gonna open this bag up. This is the bag that when you open the box, this big old bag was in there full of stuff. Now in this bottom part, this is a zipper part down here. Okay, this is where our shirts and our jackets were, and I love this jacket because I have long arms. And for the first time, my Elite jacket fits my long arms. It says Elite on there. The bag also says Elite on it. Okay. It's got these nice strong handles right here. They gave us a travel pillow. It also says Elite. Okay, they're good on branding us. But y'all, it's memory foam. Watch how slowly. Oh, did you see how slowly it came back? And it's nice and cool. It's super soft, y'all. I love pillows. Okay, I love pillows. Then they gave us this tote. Okay, with the matching leather. It also says Elite Paparazzi on there. It's got a outside zipper. It's got all kinds of pockets on the inside. Now they did give us some like little travel items. Gave us some wrinkle-free Downy for people like me who don't iron. I throw my clothes in the dryer with a wet sock. That's how I iron. Don't tell my mama. Is my mama in here? Hopefully not. They gave us a lint roller that says Elite on there. Y'all, my mama didn't teach me to be lazy. She tried to teach me to do right, but I ain't got time for all that. There's a strap that came with the bag. Okay, this is the shoulder strap. It says Paparazzi on there. It's got nice, thick padding on there. Plenty of strap right there. These were also items that were in the bag of goodies. Paparazzi, every year I've gone to Elite Summit, they have always given us some type of lip balm. They make sure the lips are not crusty. If you're Elite and your lips are crusty, that's your fault, because they always take care of us. And then they gave us this yummy body yogurt. I want y'all to see. Don't spill. See what it looked like? I mean, it smells like you can eat it. I wouldn't recommend it, but it smells like it can. Is that everything? Oh, and then the cleaning cloth for the sunglasses says Elite. And then the little case from Maui Gym that also says Elite. So, I mean, they're always super thoughtful with the gifts. They don't just throw anything together and give it to us. They always have comfort things and convenient things in mind for us when they give us the gifts. This was the first year we did not receive a book. But that's okay. You know, I'm not going to complain. I'm grateful for what I got. So those were the Elite gifts that we received. Very, very grateful and always excited when that box showed up. It's getting harder and harder to not look at everybody else's gifts and wait on my box to come. Because I like to be surprised. I like to, ooh, and be shocked and stuff. So that was a little difficult this year, but I made it. So now, if anybody wants to stay, you're not forced to stay. I'm gonna go ahead and experiment. They gave us this little card with instructions of the sunglasses. All right. So I'm gonna share my screen, and we're gonna do this. Pick some. Uh-oh, did it not share? Hold on. There we go. Is it sharing? Yes, it is. Okay. We not join no type of clubs because I don't know how. No. Let me out. You gonna make me join? You gonna make me put in my mama email address? Let's do this again. MAUI.com. I don't want to join no clubs. Okay, so it says click on shop. And those of you who have done this already, y'all can help me out because I was looking on here earlier. I didn't see anything that said shop. So I guess I'm supposed to go to sunglasses first for the women. Is opening. All right. So y'all, fellow elites, if I'm in the wrong place, help me out. But I think I'm in the right place. So, ooh, these are nice. Oh, I like those. What y'all think? Y'all can tell me in the chat which, it's gotta be more than this. Which ones y'all thinking I should go with? I'm definitely feeling the pink a lot. I feel like I need some big frame glasses. Marche raised her hand. All right, Marche. What's going on, Marche?
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, bring your screen back up and I'm going to show you the ones that you just picked. I think it was on the second row. Oh, no, wait a minute. Look, I'm learning how to work Zoom myself, okay? So don't, I had to hit the little, you like, what? Okay, I figured it out. The ones right here, yeah, it is the second row, first one, 249. Yeah, sexy.
Oh, okay. Well, let's try them on. Let's do the virtual try on.
Okay. I'm going to unraise my hand in a minute when I figure it out, but I want to see the virtual.
Okay. Let's see if it'll let me do it while I'm already virtual.
Okay.
Let's see. I hit the virtual try on. I am a female. Put it on my face. Put it on my face.
And I know about the no limit, okay?
Yeah, that's
yeah, I'm right with you. That's my boy. That's my boy. Thank to God I'm saved now.
Hey, can y'all see me? I can't see me.
Yeah, I can see you and your screen. I got you in the corner and I got the screen over there. Oh, you talking about for virtual? No, I don't see you for virtual. It's black.
It's not gonna let me try them on while I'm sharing my screen.
Oh.
Well, I tried to have this experience with y'all. Aloha, please let us know if you have. Oh, okay, y'all so helpful.
Let them know. Maybe they can tell you.
No, I well, for one thing, this computer is super old. So, well, y'all, I tried.
You got a computer. I'm working on my phone.
Well, everybody, I tried. I'll let y'all. I'll take some screenshots when I go through and pick what I pick, and y'all can tell me what y'all think of what I pick out. All right. So we have already gone pretty long tonight. We're gonna go ahead and end it. You're welcome.
And also, just a disclaimer for me. As I was going through, I didn't realize that I did not follow my sponsor instructions to do your thing. So I'm going back and I'm like, man, this is really helpful because I am not gonna lie, I just opened up my case and just started selling. I sure did. I set up a website, I did all that. And I didn't do like none of the basics like reading. Like now I'm going through with Christy, how she going through the book. I said, okay, I got to get the basics. I can't sell nobody this business if I don't really know it. So that's what I'm doing now. It's gonna be a little slow because I'm in the thick of it. But yeah.
Very
so you looking like okay, because like what did they ask me to do? Oh yeah, I was in my nightgown and it was talking about do the mission statement. I said I should have really sent it to him. My kerchief and nightgown. Okay, let me go on and get up and put clothes on.
Well, very good. Very good, Marche. Heidi has her hand up. Go ahead, Heidi. It should let you unmute yourself. Go ahead and hit the mute.
I did. Hey, I'm in my car. Let me turn my light. I was driving home and I had to watch this. Thank you so much for having this. Thank you for sharing. It is so inspiring. I can't wait until I go to the summit. I cannot wait. And, if you don't mind, like just use your cell phone to videotape you like buying your glasses so we can all see.
I will, and I'll post it on the team page. I definitely will do that. I definitely will.
Oh, that's awesome. It's like so much fun hearing everybody's experience. That was like awesome. It's like really rewarding and motivating and inspiring for people like myself. So thank you so much for having this.
Of course. And that's the thing, you all, that's what I want everybody on this video, everybody watching a replay, everybody who's under the sound of my voice right now, to know and understand you have everything it takes to be elite. You have to decide within yourself, do you want to be elite? Because when you want it, then you're going to put forth the steps to make it happen. Just remember when you do get there that what it took to get there is what it takes to stay there. Just like when we dating that man, what it took for him to get us on the date is what it's going to take for him to put a ring on it. I almost said something else, but I'm going to keep it clean. Put a ring on it, okay? And then get the extra benefits, okay? But you have to build that consistency is the point. Build the consistency, keep the consistency. Don't let your systems waver based on what somebody else is doing and what's working with them. You don't know what type of team they have. They have a different team and get different results from you. If what is working for you is working, keep going. If things are not working for you, check yourself, okay? And then make the necessary corrections to keep moving forward. So that's all I have for you tonight. This is a long Team Tuesday. I hope that it was beneficial to you and that you took lots of notes. It takes about 3 hours for whatever reason for me to get everything uploaded to YouTube, but it will be there tonight. You all have a wonderful night. See you next week. And as always, continue to hustle hard.